Hello, and a big warm welcome for the Intelligent Process Automation webinar. And this is part of MicroChannel's Dynamics 365 first virtual event. Amanda here from marketing, and I'm joined by Vladimir Seni, one of our great Dynamics 365 technical architects, and he's based in Melbourne. So Vlad's going to talk us about innovating with intelligent process automation, and we will be covering automating processes. So Vlad, can you go to the next slide, the agenda slide? And exchange data with essential legacy on-premise software, turning manual tasks into automated workflows by recording and playing back human-driven interactions with software systems. And finally, a live scenario for Dynamics users. So I'll hand over to Vladimir. So take it away.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. Hi, everyone. So welcome on to this session. I am Vladimir, technical fellow from MicroChannel, and I'll be talking today about about automation. But before we start with the automation, I just want to highlight some of the challenges that we are seeing our customers are facing, and in general, the businesses, especially this has been a very challenging year. So more and more workers are doing their work from remote, from home. And how do you improve the visibility of what the employees are doing? Or how do you share the information between these teams which are now remote? And another challenge that we are seeing is that businesses are facing with the capacity constraints, like not enough employees or not enough time to do all the tasks. And as well, we've seen the customer demands are constantly growing. The customers expect more, they expect much faster things to be done. So those are some of the challenges that we are seeing today's modern workplaces are facing. And in order to help those businesses or organization, automation is something that can help us with to optimize our business and efficiency. So things that automation can help with is, first of all, accelerate productivity. So instead of doing employees, their employees are great and doing creative tasks, strategic thinking. So instead of spending time on boring tasks, which are like a repetitive data entry or replying emails, they can focus more on those productivity tasks that they are really good at and they can excel. So another thing that automation can help is to scale and bridge the gap between the legacy and the legacy systems and the modern systems that any organization is using, because we know that even now a lot of organizations are dependent on some of their legacy systems that they cannot be so easily replaced. But that doesn't mean that we cannot scale that automation across all the systems that our organization is using. Another thing we want to cover with the automation is to infuse intelligence in those workflows. So with the already available built-in models that are part of this offering, we can infuse that intelligence and act much faster, and all that in a securely manner and compliant with our internal IT policies and practices. So we free as well our internal IT resources to focus more on some other strategic work than facing these security challenges, right? So these are some of the things that automation is covering. So think of all the time which you can save as an organization through that automation. So some of the benefits that we see, which customers are getting since they start automation, is they have more accurate data across the systems, and they reduce the human error, because now we are eliminating that human behavior, right? We are doing this automation through the software. Then we have faster output at a lower cost. So things are done much faster with automation, which gives us much more time for our employees to really focus on innovation, creativity, and strategy. And as well, with this, we can standardize our internal processes and be more efficient, and as well improve our employee satisfaction, so they can, as we said many times, instead of doing this boring work, they can do what matters for the organization and what matters for them and their careers, right? So in order to do this automation, we are using the Power Automate as a tool from Microsoft. And just to mention that the Power Automate, it's part of a bigger picture, which is the Power Platform. So we already covered in our previous few webinars about details about the Power Automate and the Power Platform. So I encourage you to go and check those webinars. They are available on MicroChannel YouTube page. But just quickly to reiterate about the Power Platform, because it's an important thing. So what is Power Platform? It's a single unified low-code platform which Microsoft is using for, which spans across all the Microsoft stack, which is the Office 365, Azure services, Dynamics 365, and standalone applications. So it is a single low-code platform which is used for extending and building rapidly business solutions. So part of the Power Platform are these four main products. Power BI, which allows you to visualize your data, to kind of get the insights your business need and act upon it. The Power Apps, it's like a rapid development, application development tool, which allows you to quickly build applications where you can gather the data or share the data within with the users, right? And then the Power Automate is for workflow automation, and the Power Virtual Agents allows you with low code to build these interactive chatbots. All these products with combination of currently more than, I think the number currently is like 400 connectors, which allows you to connect not only with Microsoft applications and systems, but with any system which is available out there and has API. You can really use this Power Platform to build entire end-to-end business solution. And we have as well the AI Builder, which comes with already pre-built intelligent models, like for example, form processing or model processing and things like that, which allows you to infuse that intelligence within your solution. And all this sits on top of the Common Data Service, which is kind of a data platform with the modeling capabilities and as well advanced security mechanism and governance, and allows you as well that easily application lifecycle management through environments and solution provisioning, right? So that's the whole Power Platform. And as I said, we already covered some of this in the previous webinars. You should go and check them. Today, we are going to focus more on the Power Automate and different offerings that the Power Automate has. So currently, the Power Automate as a tool has kind of three main offerings. The one in the middle, which we see the API automation, we already covered this one. But just I'm going to quickly say that this is called like a digital process automation, which means you can integrate and automate and build complex workflows with any systems which are already having pre-built APIs, right? That they can digitally connect with. So you have all these 400 pre-built API connectors, and you can build even your own custom connectors as long as the other system has the capability of, sorry, for API. So that's the digital process automation part. The other one is the intelligent automation, where we use and infuse artificial intelligence with the AI Builder into our workflows and turn that structured and unstructured data into actions and insights without need of writing code, without need of data scientists to being involved in your organizations. And actually the newest one, and what we are going to talk today a little bit more, is about the UI automation through building UI flows and Power Automate desktop. So that's the part of the robotic process automation. So when we say robotic process automation, we are not thinking about the real physical robots. We are talking about software robots, which are mimicking human behaviors and allowing you to automate some of the browser-based tasks or legacy systems that you currently have, which they don't have a modern way to interact an API with, right? So the need of robotic process automation is just to break down that barrier between automating that web-based or legacy software with the robotic process automation, and allows and opens a completely new world of opportunities, because that's we know that the organizations, they have still, and they're using some of their legacy systems that they cannot easily replace, or sometimes it's not right time to replace them. But that doesn't stop now they to automate those workloads as well using the RPA. So what actually RPA does and what does it matter is like, it is actually recording human behaviors, like human tasks. It can record the mouse clicks, keyboard inputs, and much more. So through recording those tasks, you can again and again repeat them until you fine-tune your workflow. So through that Power Automate desktop tool, which I'm going to show you, you have that capability of easy error handling and debugging all the steps which you are recording, which actually the human does. And then this as well, you can embed all that RPA part into existing Power Automate flows through UI Flow Connector, and I'm going to show you that, which means this is the link between what we say the digital and actually RPA and the human behavior, right? So that UI Flow Connectors allows you to shift seamlessly between these two, digital process automation and robotic process automation, and I'm going to show you that later on. So once again, to repeat why this is important and what we are trying to solve with the robotic process automation is to help organizations move legacy apps and manual processes into a modern world by offering these capabilities. With the new capability, you can streamline how you work by recording your actually human mouse clicks, keyboard use, data entry, and automate those complex processes. So you can record them, test and validate them, and execute and playback as many times as you want when needed. And that saves time so the employees can focus on something much more productive. All right, so the RPA comes into kind of two offerings, where you have attended, which is like a human initiated, or you need a user to open their desktop or have a session and start that one. Or you can have unattended, which is like a fully automated, which you don't need actually the human to log in or to have a session, and that the software robot is doing all that steps for you. And that can run either on your desktop, or you can run somewhere on another machine or VM or wherever. So these are the two current offerings, where you have the human attended, attended and unattended mode. And yeah, there are different licensing for these two, which we'll cover a little bit later. So let's see some of the examples of the RPA and what we have seen our customers are asking for. So one good example is, for example, a customer with a legacy procurement system. So what they are having is, they're having like the challenge is they are receiving a lot of invoices attached into email messages, and then their procurement team needs to go and open those kind of attachments and get the information from the attachments and manually enter that in that legacy procurement system, because that system does not have that API integration capability. So there is no other way except a human to enter the data. So that's the challenge, because it's time consuming, and it's because it takes a lot of time and it's kind of a boring task. So the solution is to reduce that, so the employees can be more efficient and eliminate the errors, and that the invoices will be transferred much easily into the legacy system without a human intervention. With that, we will dramatically increase the process, the speed of the process, significantly reduce the human error, and free people to do much more creative work. So how the solution works is like using this Power Automate with the RPA. Vendor sends an invoice as an email attachment. So once this is received in the Outlook dedicated email address, then Power Automate kicks in, and using the Outlook connector, it recognizes that this is an email which is having that invoice, right? Now, Power Automate is calling another action and invoking AI Builder to kind of extract the needed data from that invoice attachment and digitalize it so it can be easily entered into the legacy system. So after that, actually the RPA kicks in, so the software robot kicks in, where it is taking all this extracted information and now mimicking that human behavior, opening the legacy system and entering the data into that legacy system, right? Without any human intervention. So with that, we have, again, be able to fully automate the whole process, although the legacy system does not have that modern API. So that's the finance example, and we have seen others as well. Well, what we are going to show today is some other scenario, and this, for example, it's a scenario which one of our clients is facing. So what they are having, the situation is like this. They are using Dynamics 365 sales, and they are kind of company which is working and selling machinery, electronics, and doing as well some kind of automation. So they work with the multiple suppliers, and many of the suppliers, they have already a way to integrate with, in a sense, to get their products that we are procuring from them in a digital way and integrated way. But some suppliers, they have like old a website where they just publish their new product catalog or updated catalog with new prices, and that's kind of in an Excel file where employee needs to, our customer employee from the sales team needs to go and open that website, download the file, and gets that data from the file and enters manually into the Dynamics 365 sales and create or update those products in the product catalog. So it's a really boring and time-consuming task, and they wanted to automate this one. So what we have done is we have created this end-to-end automation, which means that sales employees receive a notification from a supplier that a new product catalog is available. Then, as I said, Outlook connector is used within the Power Automate to detect that that email is received, and it kicks the UI flow, which is the RPA flow, which actually opens that web browser, downloads the file, and enters the data into the Dynamics 365 sales. So sales professionals can spend more time with the customers, and the data accuracy, it's much better because we are eliminating that human errors, right, that can happen. So let me show you first how that process looks manually, and after that I'm going to show you how the solution looks. All right, so this is the supplier's website that is old legacy website, so they don't have really a way to integrate with. And like, these are the products that they are selling that we are actually procuring and buying from them. And what is happening is they will send like a email notification to us saying like, Dear customer, new product catalog is available on our website. Go and download them. So now the sales representative will, when receive this email, will go to that address, which is like this one over here, and it will download that price list from the website, and it will open that price list. And as you see, this is like the price list where we have the product code, product description, if this is still available in stock, and the price of those products. So for our example, we are interested in, let's say, because this is a huge catalog, we don't want to import all the products. We are going to just take this general purpose AC motors that we are working with, the MTR2 new ones. And now what actually was the case before, the sales team needs to come here, take this product code, copy it, then they will go into, this is Dynamics 365 sales, come into the products catalog, and then add a product, and then here paste the name, paste the product ID. So you see back and forth between this Excel and the system, which is really time-consuming and boring task, and as well you can create a lot of errors. So we don't want to do that. We want to automate that whole flow. But as you can see, the supplier's website, they don't have that kind of capabilities for digital automation and integration. So we need to do it manually. So now I'm going to show you how the solution looks like. But before that, I'm just going to filter over here. Based on the products which are in the draft states, which means new products. So as you can see, there are no new products created. So what we expect is once we import this automatically, they to be displayed here. So let me show you how that automation looks like. So now I'm going to shift into my VM where I have built and installed that RPA. So I have here that flow, which is the Power Automate flow, and within that Power Automate flow, I'm as well calling. What's happening is, let me show you. So when an email is being received, I'm posting a message to my Teams account to notify me that I have a new product catalog available, and I'm asking the sales team, do I want to import it or not? So if they say go ahead, then over here, which we say run flow build a Power Automate desktop, this is actually where I'm kicking in and starting that software robot, which is this one over here, which is the Power Automate desktop. So this is the tool which is used for RPA. So as you can see here, I'm actually mimicking what actually the user is doing. So what we can see here in the step is like this: launch new browser, press on that download button, wait for download to happen, then get that latest file that you downloaded, launch Excel application, read only the information that you want to read, not the entire thing, and extract that information and write it into a new CSV file. Then close this Excel, show me the data, how it looks like, and then pass back that file that you just extracted to the main flow so I can continue the process. So as you can see here, I have put some waiting tasks, so you can actually see how that looks like, because if we don't put any waiting tasks, this happens so fast, so you cannot actually see what is happening, right? So now once this RPA process is finished, flow continues here, where I'm getting actually, now this is running as a cloud service in the cloud, and I'm connecting and getting the file which is currently on this local on-premise VM. I'm parsing those lines, and for every line I'm creating, so there are some conditions here, but I'm like creating for each individual line a product. So I'm calling a connector for Dynamics 365 sales, and I'm passing all that extracted information from that Excel file, and I'm creating the product. Okay, so now I'm going to close all this and show you how this works. So closing all this, and I'm going to go back onto my local. So this is the VM running, and this is my local machine. So I'm going to initiate it from here. As we say, we're going to simulate like the client is sending, the supplier is sending email to our sales team that a new product catalog is available. So they're saying just simple, dear customer, this is our new product catalog. It's available on that address. So I'm just going to send this one now. So what I expect to happen now is once I received the email, Flow to kick in and notify me in Teams that a new email is received from that particular supplier, and notify me that the new product catalog is available. So if I go back into the, if I go back now over here and wait the email to be received, yeah, I just received this one. As you can see, Flow already notified me. It picked up this event that the new email is being received. It picked up this event. So now if I go into the Flow, I will see this notification which just arrived, says new product list available. Do you want to import it? So I'm saying, yeah, go ahead. So now the moment I click submit, I'm going to switch to that VM that I showed you. And you can see how the robot, software robot, will actually do that, opening the website and all that steps. So I'm going to say submit. All right, so we move now into here. So now I'm not moving anything. I'm waiting the process to kick in. So I expect RPA to kick in and start the browser and download that file. Here you go. So the robot started the browser, navigated to that address, press the button. You see that the price list public, it's been downloaded. It's already downloaded there. Now it will close the browser. Next step, as we saw, is I will open it in Excel. So it's now, it should open the Excel to extract the information needed. Yeah, Excel is opening. It's doing the necessary data extraction, and it will select those AC motors that we are interested in, and it will save them. As you can see, extracted all the information only for what we needed, and it saved them into a CSV file on my local desktop. And after this, so now once this is closed, it goes back to, as I show you in the Flow, and it will get that file which actually sits. So this is the one that we downloaded over here, and the extracted one that I showed you that we saw is just this one over here. So these are the previous ones, right? So this is the extracted one that we saw. So we expect now this file over here to be picked up by the rest of the steps and to be imported into our Dynamics 365 cells. And we, at the end, we will get again a notification in Teams that the products are already being imported. So we are waiting that to happen. Yeah, I got the notification, says products imported successfully. So now if I go back into my products, and as you remember, I filtered on the draft ones, which means newly imported products. So if I now refresh this one over here, we'll see all those products, the motors, and all the information related with those products being kind of recorded in an automated way. So the description is here, the product ID is here, the prices are being set up and everything. So you see, in an automated way, imagine how long it would take a user to enter like 50 or 100 products manually. It's taking a lot, right? So this is how the RPA can help us to automate some of the legacy either systems that we are having locally installed on our on-prem servers, or this kind of old websites that we interact with, anything that does not have a modern way of integration, like modern API. So that's the what I wanted to show you from here. So if you go back to the to the slides. Just to recap, that what we just saw is what we achieved. More time to focus on creativity and strategic thinking, because that's what matters. We have unlimited potential in creativity, but we have limited time as human beings, as employees, right? So more accurate data across the systems, we reduce human error, as we saw, fast output and lower cost, more time for innovation and strategy. We are standardizing our processes, and we improve employee satisfaction so they can work on what they want instead of doing these boring tasks. So that's from me. Over to you, Amanda.
Thank you so much, Vladimir, for preparing this session. I know you're a busy guy and really appreciate it, and especially to everyone else for joining us today. So if you'd like to learn more, please contact your account manager, or if you're new to MicroChannel, just contact us on the phone number there, or info@microchannel.com.au.